Hey everyone, it's Alex. I am sorry that I have been kind of MIA this week. I wasn't really feeling too great, but now I'm feeling better and I'm back to work. So expect to be hearing from me more from now on. I hope you guys are having a great spring break, and yeah. So let's get into it. This video is for the David Peterson memes. There are a few changes that I'd like to go over, so I will get started now. So first off, let's look at David Peterson's Instagram. He is way different than Lauren Duke. Lauren Duke's Instagram was a lot of pictures of her working out, of her dogs, of her new house, of her family, and then there are some of our memes sprinkled in there. David Peterson is different, where his Instagram is all of our memes, which I think is kind of cool because you get to see, what you've made kind of in real life being used and getting a lot of likes, which I think is really cool. So one thing to know about David Peterson is that if you read his quotes are more about leadership and management, and he's a little bit more business oriented. And I think that really is going to play a role in the backgrounds we choose for these memes. So we're not doing what we did for like Lauren Duke, where we, for instance, would choose a picture of a girl hiking through the mountains. That's really not going to work for our quotes that we have for David Peterson. So I'm just trying to get across his style and the brand image that we need to be kind of thinking of for him. The images so far that I've been looking at aren't bad. I like him. He gets a good amount of likes on all of them. Just because it's more business related doesn't mean we have to be so literal. I like the nature backgrounds, like a simple sky or this building. I think building pictures would actually be great for David Peterson because it's kind of, when you think of a skyscraper, you think of offices and management and all of that. So I think those kind of images are perfectly fine. I think the ones with the plain backgrounds, like the gradient kind of backgrounds, don't get as many likes as maybe the quotes with like actual landscapes or skies or actual images. But it's up to you. We're keeping it simple and nice and clean. So that is mainly what his brand images. It looks like when you look through all of the memes that have been posted, it kind of looks like they're made by a bunch of different people, and that's kind of what we want to eliminate. So we these last memes that were posted are all great, and I think we're getting in the right direction. One thing that has changed, we're still doing the 800 by 800 pixel compositions. One thing that has changed, though, is that we now have a watermark for all of David's memes. And we need to make sure that we use this for every meme that we make. So I will upload the file of the watermark file so you guys have this. And just know that this is going to be, this was approved by David, and this is going to be now the what we need to add on every meme we make. So let's get into fonts. I'm still all about the Langdon regular font. Now, I found it like a year ago, and ever since I started making these memes, it's so crazy how often I see this font. Like, I see it everywhere. I see it in commercials. I see it on other memes. It's literally everywhere I turn. I think that's a good sign, though. David Peterson is, we want to go for a more simplistic, more modern look, and I think this is a good font for him. It has a nice, it's not too thin, it's not too bold. I think it's really good. One thing you have to keep in mind, though, about the Langdon font, which is really annoying, is that if you don't use your caps locks and you try to write a lowercase letter, you get this weird outline, and it's really unpleasant. I don't know why that it does that. It's pretty stupid. But if you put your caps lock on, you can see that it's the normal font. So if you use this font, just remember that. I think a few people had some issues with that in the past. So I think Langdon Regular is a good font. I think that should be one of the ones we use for our memes. Also, a good font is Stellar. I don't really know how you're supposed to pronounce it. But Stellar is a good font too. It kind of looks like Langdon Regular, but it is not as bold. And you can do lowercase letters. So this would be a great font for a long quote, or maybe if you don't want something so bold, I think this is a good alternative. So I'm going to throw that as probably the second font that we can use. If you want something really bold, that's kind of similar to Langdon, has a really a more modern feel, is Futura Bold. That's a good one too. And I just realized I spelled. I know, this just needs a space. So this is a good font that you can play around with. That's Futura. I would say that's probably the third font we should use for David Peterson. The last font that I'm going to throw in there, which I think everyone should have, is Avenir. I have every version of Avenir, and I just keep forgetting to upload it for you guys. So I will give you that. It's on my hard drive, and I will give it to you. They have Avenir Light, Avenir Heavy, Avenir Next is good. That's a really great font. I think every designer should have Avenir in their pocket because it is the easiest font to read. It's great for print. It's great for digital design. It's just, it's a really nice, clean font. So that will be thrown in there just because everyone should have that, and that Avenir is never a bad font to use. So we'll keep it at those four. I don't really think script or handwritten kind of fonts or anything like that would be a good idea for David Peterson memes. We're not really doing that, but I'm just going to throw that out there. So just so we have a better idea of what to do with our memes and to make them a little bit more cohesive looking. The watermark, this watermark, I think will really help making all of our memes look really cohesive. I really like this idea. So my quote this week is: motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. So that's a nice quote. It's could be, I actually use this quote for Lauren Duke, but in a different way. It was for fitness. But with David Peterson not really being about fitness, it's going to look different with the background you choose. So I like a simple sky would be good, or a gradient, that would be fine. A desk with a nice clean background would be nice. There's this book with a pencil. I think that's a good image too. So play around with images. I mean, I'm not going to be too picky about it, but I think there are types of images that you guys should be looking out for to kind of keep the brand identity of David Peterson. I'm still using unsplash.com for free images, and I think it's a great website to use. They have real nice images for free, which I think is wonderful. So you guys can keep using that. Really, that's all that I have to say. Main thing is this whole watermark that we're using now. I think you guys are going to like it. It's going to be a little difficult getting some images to play around with this new watermark, but I think you guys can do it. And I look forward to seeing what you make and what memes you come up with. It's going to be fun. And the best thing about David Peterson is that you actually get to see him post it, unlike Lauren Duke, which is real fun. So yeah, just I will upload those files, the watermark and the Avenir fonts, and when you watch this video, just let me know that you've watched it and received it, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye.